just when I was thinking to myself, the manipulation couldn't get any more obvious, feast your eyes on this. This is an image of the institutional investors of AMC over on Fintel. What do you notice right here? We are shooting through the roof in the month of December as the price has went from almost $45 per share down to $20 per share. But yet institutional investors are piling into the stock at record paces and at all-time highs for institutional ownership, higher than we have ever seen in AMC's history. So what is going on here? Why is the stock dropping? And what does this ultimately mean for the moass? That's what we're going to get into here in this video. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. But this is some serious information that we need to shed light on in the overall community. So hit the like button for me. Do what you guys got to do. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comment section what do you guys think about this information, as well as make sure to share this video over on Twitter, wherever you guys want to share this info or spread this information, however you guys please, but feel free to spread this. So what you guys are looking at here in this image is monthly increases or potentially decreases to ownership in a company. This is obviously AMC, and you can see in November, institutional owners own about 140 million shares of AMC. It's right here on this line, about 140 million shares. But what has happened from November now in December? The institutional ownership has shot through the roof. We typically see in between 5, maybe 4 million shares and 10 million shares that get added every month since June, but this number has shot through the roof, going from that number of 140 million to now we are at 172,108,000. So that is an increase of 32 million shares in the last month. But if you haven't seen the chart recently, what has happened with the stock since basically, December 20th? We've been in the toilets. There's no denying that. Going from about $45 per share all the way down to $20 per share. A steep decline in price of over 45%. So what does this highlight? This obviously highlights manipulation on the one hand, but it also at the same time helps to validate what I've been saying with this secular rotation into recovery stocks as well as beaten down mid-cap stocks. It's impossible to know exactly when these shares were purchased by the hedge funds. It could have been at $20 per share. If that's the case, that's more validation that AMC is worth $20 per share on a fundamental basis. Then that is confirmation that your worst case scenario, if all else failed and the sky came falling down, AMC would be valued at $20 per share. Furthermore, like I said, confirming what we have been saying this whole time and what hedge funds have been very slow to actually realize, and financial media. You can say all you want, but if big money with billions of dollars is buying AMC at a 10x faster rate just than it was last month, I think it goes to show AMC's kind of worth its valuation, if I were to say so myself. What do I know though? Now, let's get into who is exactly buying AMC, but before we do that, I want to go over how this could also be manipulation at the same time. If these hedge funds did not call the bottom and they did not buy this stock in between the $20 to $25 range, then it's pure manipulation. A simple Google search of does a stock go up as more institutional investors buy the stock says institutional investors have a profound impact on stock prices because they account for most of the trading. Their buying can send a stock price up and their selling can send a stock price down. And then, is more institutional ownership good for a stock? When a stock has high institutional ownership, it is usually a good sign. If the institutions, which include large investment banks, mutual funds, and pension funds, are the smart money in the market, having them invest in the company indicates the company is doing well. Although we don't have a high institutional ownership, it's not super low, but only 33.49%, accounting for the apes, accounting for the insiders of the company, Adam Aaron, his board of directors, anybody that owns the stock. You're still looking at over 100% of the float that is being held at any given time. That's not necessarily being traded. But this rapid increase from last month now to December definitely is a great sign in my personal opinion, no matter which way you put it. I think it shows a lot going into next year with a record box office that is going to happen. Mark my words, $10 to $12 billion at the domestic box office is the numbers and the projections I am throwing out there. If I am wrong, I will totally admit my wrongs where I was wrong, but I think there's no way, given the lineup of movies we have and the pent-up demand, that we will not see that. AMC will turn a pretty decent profit next year, a lot faster than a lot of analysts are calling for 2024 or 2025. They got it all wrong. They're super late to the game, and I think you're seeing this reflected in this large increase in institutional ownership. But let's take a look at who is actually selling and buying AMC on the institutional 13F filings. And you could see negative 2.44% of this position by JP Morgan Research, negative 19.24% reduction in AMC right there, negative 25% reduction right here by Schwab Fundamental US Small Cap Company Index. And then all the rest are pretty much positive. To point out some of the bigger, more notable ones, 47.55% increase by BNY Mellon US Small Cap, 40.67% from Fidelity, 43% from Fidelity yet again. TISEX, an increase of 87.53%, 52%. ChangeBridge Capital Long/Short Equity ETF, 128.84% increase by Leisure Fund Investor Class. And this is the same story all the way down. TLEQX Small Cap Equity Fund increased their position by 89%. And that's pretty much the story. Another 113% increase right here. Humankind Benefit Corp, 125% increase from the FOMO ETF. This was late November. But still, I think the picture is pretty clear here. That a wide range of different funds and investors are buying AMC stock. Likely on the way down, but I do think, like I said, it's probably 50-50. I don't think it's overly weighed to the bottom, or I don't think it's overly weighed to the top. I think there was just a lot of buying in AMC in the month of December because it's going to be a rock solid investment for 2022 due to all things that we have talked about in many different videos now. I'm sure you guys understand the secular rotation is coming into mid caps, heavily shorted stocks, as well as recovery stocks. That's just a fact. And AMC fits that category to a T. If you see the share price go down 45%, why not pick up some shares? That's what I was saying a week or two ago. Why not pick up shares? You at least have a bounce trade there at the very least. But I think this runs a lot deeper than that. I think you're going to see hedge funds betting against other hedge funds going into the new year. And I think that is actually starting in the month of December. Could be wrong. This might all be bullshit. But from what I'm seeing right now, this is very encouraging information. And it proves financial media wrong. How's Charles Gasparino saying all he's saying, but yet his buddies are buying the stock? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense if I say so myself. If we do take a look at the Ortex data to see what's going on, if you're just unfamiliar of the situation, you guys can see right here. We'll go to the overview on Ortex, and we can see that we just had a trading signal come out December 21st. Recommended hold days was 2 days with a 23.6% mean return. We also have a December 18th short squeeze type 2 rating that came out for a recommended holding days of 10 days. So it's very clear that even data programming websites like Ortex is picking up on what is happening in the broad markets with AMC stock. But as far as the short interest, we're seeing that going through the roof as well. And I do think the Ortex estimates are very conservative. We see this over and over again when the exchange reported short interest data does come out. It tends to be higher than the Ortex estimates, which we are currently getting that estimate at about 19.04% short interest of free float. I think it's pretty clear AMC is going to come in between 20 and 25% short interest. Shares that are sold short of about 97.74 million. Share utilization 77.62%, and the days to cover at 2.36 days to cover, almost at a yearly all-time high. So very encouraging data that I am taking a look at. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Why these hedge funds are buying so much AMC? Do you think they're buying this for the short squeeze trade to squeeze out other hedge funds, or at least to start that effect? Do you think they're buying the stock because it's fundamentally valued at $20 per share? Let me know your take on that down below in the comment section. We also do have this very notable option expiration that is coming in January. And I ultimately think that's when you have the best opportunities to see a gamma squeeze and to see a moass, to see the shorts covering. These other option chains are going to obviously develop over time. So we're going to be looking at brand new options here after January, if the moass doesn't happen, that are likely to have even higher numbers on the call side than what we're looking at right now. But it's definitely looking very encouraging for January as well as early February. With the January 21st, 2022 expiration date having 116,000 calls that are in the money, potentially forcing the market makers to buy 11.6 million shares to hedge out all of these calls by January 21st, 2022, if AMC stayed at the same price. If AMC went over $40 per share, we're going to look at that in just one second. You have an insane amount of open interest at that $40 strike. But even the calls that are out of the money, 438,000 calls. That's potentially 43.8 million shares that will have to be bought by the market makers if AMC were to go over $145 per share. Even if we don't, even if we went to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, made that next leg up closer to the moass, you're going to see a lot of buying have to happen from the market makers. And if we do take a look at the actual option chain, what I want to show you guys is, obviously we'll go to January 21st, 2022, and the $40 strike has about 56,192 calls on this strike alone. So I think it's safe to say we're in for some very volatile moves. If AMC can break over 40, that should give us momentum to head to even possibly $45 per share, where you have 14,000 for open interest. And then at the $50 strike, you have 14,408 for open interest as well. So I think there's a strong story here. I think it's telling you something, that hedge funds are buying the stock at a 10x faster rate than they were from October until November. So that's going to be all for this video. I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. All of that good stuff. Let me know how your holiday is going down below in the comment section as well. Love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.